Yeah, go back to milk. This is Isaiah 28 verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. What's the precept to that? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. Jeremiah 6:10. Same one? Okay. Same one, yeah. That's the only one? That's the only one it gives, right?
Where what?
You ain't got to give any more on you? 13? Yeah. No, you ain't got to. Yeah, Isaiah 28 and 9.
Yeah, just Jeremiah 16.
Hold on. Let me check one.
We're in this context. Now, 16 one more time. I don't go through this long. But God so loved the world. Stop. Let's see who God loved. I'm going precept upon precept, line upon line. Here a little and there a little. That's how you read the Bible.
Yeah. I want you to get the book of Isaiah real quick, chapter 28. And I want verse 9 and 10.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Whom shall he teach knowledge? Meaning, who is the Most High going to reveal, all right, his laws, his statutes, and commandments to? Who is he going to show it to? Whom shall he teach knowledge? Read.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Okay, meaning the Most High is speaking to the Israelites, all right, the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics. But out of them, who is he going to make to understand doctrine? What is doctrine he's alluding to? Get the book of Proverbs.
About us is this, Pastor. We have been to the camps. We understand how precept upon precept works. And he taught it. And we understand that that concept is a faulty concept. Hence why we know the argument to ask you where in the context of Isaiah 28, starting from verse 1 all the way to verse 13 or 14, does it say anywhere that this is a way that you teach? Because if it's God's concept, it must be in his scriptures. Other than that, you are doing what other people do, which is eisegete the text, and you're reading something into the text that the text does not say. Therefore, you get a misinterpretation of the text. So therefore, that's why we ask the question. But we understand that context of scripture is supposed to be done. I'll explain it and then I'll read. The context of scripture is done historical, grammatical interpretation. When we take the historicity of the writer and the grammar in which he used, and we get what? Full interpretation of the scripture. So we're at Isaiah chapter 28, starting at verse 1. Woe to the crown of pride, to the drunkards of Ephraim, whose glorious beauty is a fading flower, which are on the head of the fat valleys of them that are overcome with wine. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hail and a destroying storm. As a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. The crown of pride, the drunkards of Ephraim, shall be trodden under feet. And the glorious beauty, which is on the head of the fat valley, shall be a fading flower. And as the hasty fruit before the summer, which when he that looketh upon it seeth, while it is yet in his hand, he eateth it up. In that day shall the Lord of hosts be for a crown of glory, and for a diadem of beauty unto the residue of his people, and for a spirit of judgment to him that sitteth in judgment, and for strength to them that turn the battle to the gate. But they also have erred through wine, and through strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. They stumble in judgment. For all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast? For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people, to whom he said, this is the rest whereof ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. But the word of the Lord was unto them, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken. Now, from verse 1 to verse 13, where is the part where he says this is how you are supposed to teach? Because the context, which we just dealt with historical grammatical interpretation, lets us know that this is Israel and they are getting scolded for the things that they have done against the Lord, and the prophet Isaiah is going forth and giving them warning of what's going to come upon them. And then at verse 9, they start to have a haughty or a smart mouth, and they start to say, and they're talking about the prophet Isaiah, whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast? They being sarcastic. Verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. And then God get back in it at verse 11. For with stammering lips and another tongue, he will speak to this people. Now he's starting to threaten them. To whom he said, this is the rest, wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. But the word of the Lord was unto them, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken. Once again, we do not see that this is a message to Israel on how to teach. I'll rest my case.